Morning. Sunday morning, Memorial Day. Kind of a day we kind of messed up over time on what it's for, but anyhow, I'm sitting out here in the garden. Decided I needed to do a little bit of an update. These updates have been pretty far and few between because there hasn't been a lot going on. The garden's kind of slow and not doing much. There's a lot of other things that are growing out there, and some parts of the garden are doing okay. But this year doesn't really seem to be taking off like it did last year. The lettuce is struggling. The peppers don't want to grow. We only got one bell pepper that's looking promising, and the other one turned out to be a jalapeno pepper rather than a bell pepper. But some of the other things that are growing around the yard are doing pretty good. My daughter's peonies are doing just fabulously. They're really pretty. They're blooming right now. I have way too many blooms. I don't know what to do with them all. And the blueberries look like they're coming in pretty good. So we'll grab some shots of that. We'll take a look at how they're doing, and let's take a quick little tour of what the garden's doing. So when it comes to the lettuce trough, that appears to be about the only thing that's growing properly in the whole thing. There's little things growing here and there, but I'm not sure they're lettuce or if those are weeds. But I'm pretty sure that one's a lettuce. We put the tomato hoops on the tomatoes yesterday. I cut them down because they were way too tall. Have some flowers growing back there. This bean, I don't know what to think of it. It's supposed to be a bush bean. Those are beans, but that's not a bush. It's confusing. This one seems to be doing pretty well. At first I wasn't so sure, but this one's kind of looking promising. This is one of the store-bought starts for a bell pepper, and it's happy, and it's beginning to get some little flowers. Maybe you can see them in there. Oop. And the jalapeno seems to be okay. No beans. These are the seed start bell peppers, and they're hardly growing. They are moving, but they are hardly doing anything. And you may have noted, I do have another bean. I have this guy, and we'll see how he does. There were actually 3 seeds planted in that, and that's the only one that did anything. I've got these, you may have seen them. Well, let's go down to this one in the shade. These little maple trees. We've got this gorgeous maple in the backyard, and every year there's lots of little starts that volunteer from it. This year there's probably 500 or so of them down there, and I dug up 3 of them to see if we can make them grow. Let's see if I can get a good shot of the maple tree. That tree goes all around there. It's really a pretty tree. I really like that one. I've got 3 seed starts from that growing in the front yard from years ago. Now, this is the peonies of my daughter's. They were a gift from her grandmother, and I trimmed them up, and you can still see there's a lot of buds coming in and these giant beautiful blooms coming off of them. They're just, the camera I don't think is doing them any kind of justice at all. And then this one is a late bloomer. Look at all those things. I should probably trim a lot of the little ones. I'm told that's what I'm supposed to do. But yeah, these things have gone. They just bloomed beautifully. I don't remember. I think these ones are red. I don't remember 100%. I haven't seen them for a year. But some of them are getting ready to open up. But this is that maple tree from down below that I like so well. Kind of shades my shed. I usually trim it up every year, but it drops its seeds, and down here I got a whole little forest of them. Obviously they're not gonna survive down here for very long, but I just dug up a couple of them and planted them in those pots so that I could see if I could start my own little maple forest of my favorite little maple trees. This is in our front bed, and this is a peony that was given to us by a friend, and I have some that have grown, but these ones are really pretty. They kind of are belted, but they smell like roses, and they're kind of hidden in here between these blueberries and the Japanese maple. But our blueberry crop looks like it's going to be quite a crop of blueberries. Got lots of pollinators visiting. Last year we got a lot of blueberries. Oh look, we got us a little ladybug. And then this rose plant, that's actually kind of a pretty rose. It's not usually, the other ones that have come off it haven't been so pretty. This is another one of those maples from the backyard that they started growing in my in the gutter of the shed, and I put them in little pots and grew them up, and I have that one and that one that have both survived. And then we have a whole nother peony plant. This is one that my daughter got from Fred Meyer, and I think this year it's gonna bloom a lot more than it did last year. It's looking pretty good. She says it takes a couple of years for that to start happening. So anyhow, that's a Sunday update of the garden and the plants and things that are growing around our yard. Just thought you might find that tree interesting and what's going on with the blueberries. I don't think we've ever talked about the blueberries or the peonies before. So anyhow, thanks for watching.